Hey everyone, it is time for another one of my hot take Saturdays that I'm doing in the month of October for Vlogtober. Maybe we could call this Cindy's unsolicited opinions, although in this one I kind of have a solicited opinion. Well, okay. I asked my patrons for ideas of what to talk about this Saturday, so I solicited, and then they solicited to me some ideas. And if you see the light going all wonky, it's because it is bright outside and both of my cats are having fun by the windows. Anyway, the one I'm going with today is from Cecily, I believe I pronounced that right, who asked me to talk about the sales cycle in the planning community and in general. And boy, do I have some thoughts. Now, if you want to hear about this from a planner shop owner's perspective, the Confessions of a Girl Boss podcast did a few episodes of this. I think it was like January of maybe this year or the previous year. I'm pretty sure that podcast has been on like hiatus for several months, many months. But they did have some conversations on that podcast quite some time ago about participating in sales as a planner shop, especially group sales. And I thought it was a really fascinating look into that. And so if you're interested in that, I'll link, if I can find it, I will link it in the description below. When I was trying to think about how to structure this and talk about it, I figured maybe I would lead off with noticing the kinds of sales. And I've also talked about this before in some videos about influencing and all that I did at the beginning of the year, and I'll link that down below too, but specifically about sales. So you have group sales like the Planner Boss Collective or whatever, and then there's the Wild collab sale that they do with shops that help sponsor Go Wild, and there's a whole bunch of them. There's a lot of collaborative shop situations where they sign up ahead of time or you apply. I don't know, I've heard for some of them you have to pay a fee, and then there's a lead up with advertising, and then by that there's like a whole weekend where everybody uses the same code, some sort of thing. So it's a big group sale. And from what I've seen, most shops can set their own sale rate, like how much they want off, but that they have to hold their sale within the confines of when the group sale is supposed to be. Then there is holiday sales, whether it's Black Friday sales or Cyber Monday, whatever you want to call it, or when people do like a sale for Labor Day, or when they do a sale for Valentine's Day or whatever, like sales around holidays. We recognize this. It's not just in the planner community. It's, mattresses go on sale on the 4th of July. Why? Because the founding fathers of the United States wrote into the Constitution that everybody is guaranteed a good night's sleep. No, that's not true. And then there are the holiday sales that come out around like National Donut Day or National Planner Day or National whatever. I know that there are processes to get like a holiday declared, but there are so many holidays that it is entirely possible for a shop to have a sale going just for a holiday almost constantly. And then you have things like the $2 Tuesdays, or you have the new releases, and maybe they'll be on sale for the weekend that they get released. And if you have a new release every weekend, then every weekend something's on sale. Or you just decide to have a sale for the fun of it, or whatever. Or if like the shop is in dire need of cash flow, they might have a sale to just try and drum up some sales to get some cash flowing in. All of these things are part of marketing, and I don't begrudge any shop for participating in them. Sales work. People buy more during sales. I covered most of the consumer aspect of this in that other video. What I want to talk about, and what was brought up by the Confessions of a Girl Boss podcast, is on the shop side of it. Because they brought something up that has always kind of stuck in my brain, and it's something I can't get out of my brain. It kind of ties in with the drama that happened on Etsy last year when they changed over to promoting shops that offer free shipping over $35 or whatever it is. And then they suggested that you just change your prices to reflect that, which I saw a lot of videos on. One of them was from these artists named Raffi and Klee, who I really like following. They made a great video about how unethical it is to change your prices to cover free shipping, but then to call it free shipping. Like that's disingenuous. It's not free shipping. You're paying for it. You're just paying for it in a different way, right? It was an interesting video, and I'll link that below as well. I'm gonna have a lot of links for this video. My hot take I wonder if these shops that continually participate in sales to get sales might be shooting themselves in the foot. If you depend on sales to bring sales in, then aren't you constantly undercutting yourself? Like, are people only going to buy your stuff if it's on sale? Now, that's not to say that I think that the people who are like this or are in this kind of cycle have inferior products. That's not the case. This is a very, very, very saturated market. There are so many people with so many shops. But the funny thing is, it's a saturated market, and at the same time, it's a niche market. So like, there's hella planner sticker shops, but there's also hella different people searching for stickers. I would argue that while the most general shops probably do really well, but if they're big and already well known, shops that already have a big following, that already have a name, that got their foot in the door early, that they could do well generalizing. But I feel like there is plenty of room for smaller shops that maybe don't have as big of a scope, but will do well if they can connect with a more specific audience. Someone I'm specifically thinking about is Mari from Canna Planning. Her shop has a lot of cannabis related stickers, and she lives in, I believe, Washington State, where it's legal recreationally. And that's a very specific shop. People might not even know that there are cannabis stickers out there, but if you're super into cannabis, then a shop like hers would be perfect for you. But there's all sorts of room for shops like that, like to cater to specific audiences, to specific people that might look a certain way, especially if they're underserved. Do you know what I mean? Like if their skin tone is underserved, if their body shape is underserved, if their gender identity is underserved, if their hair is underserved. I have heard so many complaints from women of color who have said that they know that sometimes people will like reskin their character stickers or their people stickers to have like different skin tones, but the hair is always the same. Like what about people who are rocking like a 4C afro or whatever? Do you know what I mean? Like there's so much room for niches, and I guess sales are the way to get noticed. How sustainable is it to run a sticker business where all of or especially for the people who offer like deep discounts during the sales, like people who offer 40, 50, 60% off during the sales. I see other people offering 10% off and other people offering these really deep discounts to get more eyes on their shop. But if you're offering this deep of a discount, oh God, I'm spitting everywhere. Are you actually making money back on your shop? Or if you're not now and that's part of your business plan to have like a loss up front in order to pull in customers to eventually make money, is that ever going to happen? I want lots of sticker shop owners and shop owners to make money and to thrive. I feel like a strong planner, and this goes for the whole economy, but specifically for the planner economy, our best bet to get more variety of kinds of stickers and accessories and planners and notebooks and pens and all of these things, the way to get more variety is to have a strong economy where many, many people can succeed as opposed to just a few conglomerates. It's like in our sticker world, do we want just Walmart and Target, or do we want a whole bunch of boutique shops? I think boutique shops are awesome, even if I wouldn't shop at all of them because they don't all apply to me. My hot take on the planner sale cycle is not that I don't think it should exist, but that I should hope that if you find a shop that you love during a sale, that you'll be willing to patronize them when their stuff isn't on sale and talk about them and come back to them. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of all over the place, that I sort of went from talking about shops to talking about diversity and stickers, but it all kind of goes together. You know, if the planner economy, and that sounds silly to say it, but it's true. There is an economy. This hobby involves consumption. Like, unless you're bullet journaling with a pen, then you're just going to need to buy a new journal and buy a new pen, if that's all you're doing. But in general, the planner world does have an economy around it in terms of stuff we use. It's like makeup. It's stuff you use up. I worry for the shop owners who consistently depend on being in a sale every other weekend to bring business in. I worry that it is working them really hard, but not for much payoff, because the only way they're finding business is to mark their shit way down. My cat just almost fell out of the windowsill. I feel like I would be a much stronger fan of the business model of a shop that very rarely, if ever, puts their stuff on sale and maybe doesn't have as many sales, but because they've priced their stuff fairly for what the market will bear and what their work is worth, that they can still make money even though they might not have the volume of sales. If the market won't bear fair pricing for stickers or whatever, and this is the problem we run into with stores like Walmart, where they are so big they can mark shit down and sell shit for dirt cheap. So smaller stores that sell stuff but have to sell at a higher price point to make a profit, that's why they disappear, because you can get the cheaper stuff. There's a price to be paid for getting cheaper stuff, and I'm not saying that everybody can afford to get higher priced, more boutique stuff. But what I don't want is for the planner world to just become like everybody buying their stickers at Michael's, because that's not healthy for an economy with a whole bunch of small people supporting themselves or just having a side hustle. I don't know. I feel like this is a ramble. It totally is a ramble. It's interesting to think about how consumerism works for those of us who buy things and want to save money and want to spend our money wisely and not spend money because we feel like we're supposed to or because we've been influenced to, but spend it because we want to. And then the ethics of consumerism when it comes to the people who are producing the products and the companies that pull a bunch of stuff from overseas or whatever, and how it's produced. And the whole there's no ethical consumption under consumerism thing, like that comes to play here as well, because I also know that there's a lot of shops that source things from overseas where it's less expensive, so you pay less money, but at the same time, what are the ethics of that? It's a very complicated subject, and I can't offer you a complete picture or a complete opinion on it, because I'm not really qualified to, and even if I was, I don't think I have my thoughts well together on this. But I guess my final, like I said, my final kind of thought on this is, if you are somebody buying things and you're only buying them because they're on sale, or you're only shopping with somebody because you found them when they were on sale, would you buy them when they weren't on sale? Would you be willing to shop there if it wasn't on sale? Think about that. And for the shop owners, know your worth. If you have a product that is unique and interesting and targeted, consider, instead of making generic like work from home or whatever stickers, if everybody and their mother is making those, maybe pick color palettes that aren't represented, or different hobbies or things that aren't represented as much, and target those people. You might have less sales, but you might be able to get people to buy from you even when you're not on sale, because you're their only option. It's just a thought I'm having, and I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on the sales cycle, and for shops that are having the only way they can survive is to constantly be on sale. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I know this was all over the place, but I mean, what do you expect? It's me we're talking about here. And this is definitely something I'd like to go deeper into. There's a lot of things I talked about in this episode I feel like I could separate out and do full videos on, but right now I'm just sort of talking through my thoughts. So I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to take care of yourselves, wash your hands, wear a mask. Be sure to have a plan for voting so that you can vote safely and securely, etc. Until next time, my dudes, peace out.